My content family life with 4 brothers changed forever on December 7th, 1941. I found myself thrust into adulthood well before my time. After enlisting in 1939, my brother Joe was based in Honolulu, but on December 1st he was awaiting transport back to the States on the aircraft carrier Saratoga in Pearl Harbor. The last thing we knew was that he was still in port and a target of the Japanese attack. We didn't know for weeks that the carrier left Pearl on December 6th. Joe's twin, Manuel, was home from basic training and driving to church on December 7th. We immediately turned around so he could return to camp. I didn't go with my parents to take Manuel back. I should have gone. My youngest brother, Henry, soon followed his brothers when he was drafted on September 1942. At age 18, I had 3 brothers in service represented by the 3 blue stars in our front window. Our lives were put on hold for years. My story is one of the home front where we did what had to be done. My name is Edith Mattis Lewis Walter, a native San Josean. After high school graduation, I attended Heels Business College and was offered a job for $100 a month for attorney Clark Bradley. Our entire family helped in the war effort. My father volunteered as an air raid warden. Many evenings, the air raid siren's wail would fill the air to signal lights out. My mother sewed very thick, heavy black curtains. As we raised most of our food, we traded food rations for gas stamps. We made sandwiches to serve at the USO. I would deliver them and stay to dance with the boys. I wrote to my brothers and friends, including Sergeant Tony Lewis, who was stationed on Canton Island. His V-mails were always clever and witty. June 1942, my girlfriend, a Western Union clerk, phoned that a telegram was sent to me instead of to my folks. My heart was racing as I knew that a telegram meant death.
Your son, Emmanuel F. Matos, Jr., 390-13749, accidentally drowned about 3 p.m. June 29, 1942, at Yakuts, Oregon.
I was in shock and disbelief. My boss sent me home to deliver the devastating news. Telling my parents was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Hundreds attended the full military funeral where he was given a 21-gun salute. Daddy fell into a deep depression and was never the same. He sold our farm in 1942 when Henry was drafted. A gold star replaced the blue one, showing our loss. I joined the war effort by working 2 shifts, one at Hendy's Iron Works, where turbines were built for Liberty ships, and the Victory shift at Chevy Chase Cannery. My brother Henry was shipped out to Scotland for a top-secret mission. He was there to train for an amphibious landing on the beaches of Normandy in an assault to capture the town of St. Lo, a strategic traffic center. Henry was a runner for his company, carrying messages between units. While climbing a hedgerow, artillery fire blew parts of 2 fingers on his left hand, leaving him critically wounded. He was evacuated to Britain, then stateside. Spending months recovering from his wounds, he was awarded the Purple Heart in a ceremony at Dibble Hospital. Now one of the blue stars had a red border signifying a wounded son. One August afternoon in 1945, I was busy working on a stack of requisition forms. Bells began to ring and whistles blew. My boss raced in, grabbed my papers, threw them in the air, yelling, "The war is over! We are finished here!" Hundreds of people headed downtown to celebrate and party well into the night. Soon the soldiers were discharged and shipped home. One Sunday in late October, I ran into Sergeant Tony Lewis. Next thing I knew, he was standing behind me at bingo, telling me the numbers I had missed. Annoyed, I told him that if I won the game, he could come over for dinner. If not, leave me alone. I won, so did he. We were married the next May and raised 3 daughters living in Willow Glen, where he was an insurance agent. The lessons we learned through World War II were hard ones, but ones that served us well in our lives, to be strong and face adversity. Cherish family and friends, for they are non-replaceable.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, 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 don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come home to you. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, 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 don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me till I come